Welcome to the Levels of Lifting podcast. I'm your host, Lawrence, here to remind you that there's levels to this Today, I'm here again for the third time with Dr. Matthews. If you don't know him, go back and watch the other podcasts. There's so many things that you could learn from him, and honestly, he's a great individual. But we are going to talk about today the quality of showing up. We briefly talked about it. To me, showing up is, regardless of whatever you're going through, adversity, hardship, and as it relates to weightlifting, the bar doesn't care how you feel.
That's true. That's so true.
So just coming in every day, being consistent, you're going to make progress. Do you have anything you want to say about that, about showing up? Just something real simple about showing up?
Well, you need to show up to improve. That's just the basic.
Yeah. Obviously.
It's a given.
Yeah.
You have to show up. That's just the way it is.
Well, some people don't show up in the moment.
That's true
Some
too.
people,
That's true
whenever
too.
It's time to perform, and, in
That's true.
weightlifting, we have the competition platform where, you love the platform.
Yeah, I do.
You love it when the spotlight's on you, but some people shy away.
That's true too.
But that's the bigger stage. I'm even talking about waking up in the morning, and if you need if you want to lose weight, then going out and waking up, doing 30 minutes of walking.
Yeah.
Or staying disciplined in maybe your nutrition, or maybe it is showing up to the gym. Maybe you have a hard time.
That's right.
Just getting in the car and going to the gym. Some people have that.
That's true. That's true.
So one example I want to talk about real quick, if you don't mind.
Oh, no.
Is insurmountable odds, where you think that you don't have a chance to be successul in something. But maybe you love that thing, but you don't think that you can win, Olympic gold medals. Let's just talk about the craziest example. The percentage of people that are going to be Olympic gold medalists is so small.
Slim,
like a fraction.
Fraction.
Like the smallest fraction you could think of. But I will never tell you can't do it. Because if you show up every day, you show up and you're able to lift the lifts that you're supposed to lift at the local comp, then you make it to the national comp, and then hit the qualifying totals to make it on to, let's say, Team USA. Let's say you show up and you do the work. You can do those things. Well, let's say you can get a good total at an international meet. All the things have to line up, yes, but you still have to show up. You have to make weight. You have to make the lifts. There's people counting on you that you have to show up for. Your coach, obviously.
Yep.
Weigh-ins.
Did
I say that already?
Make the weight. Yeah.
What else? Let's say that you make the total at the international stage, whatever it is, worlds, and then you find yourself onto an Olympic spot, which is extremely rare.
Yeah.
And you don't have a chance of medaling because the competition is so great. China has amazing individuals, amazing athletes, and you're just you, and you feel like you can't do it. But let me tell you, man, if you make it to that spot anywhere, it doesn't matter if it's the Olympics, it doesn't matter if it's a work interview, it doesn't matter if it's a gym. If you show up, the chance of you winning or succeeding is not zero, because as long as you make a lift, everyone else could bomb out.
That's true.
What if they all miss their lifts? You miss out on an opportunity because you think that it's not possible for you. So I'm really big on showing up, because you really never know what could happen.
That's true. You don't know.
What do you think about that?
I agree with you. I agree. You have to show up.
Have you heard of the Olympic story with Matthias Steiner?
I have. I sure have.
Yeah?
That's yeah.
What country did he lift
that's
for?
a good question.
I'm going to look that up real quick. But he's one of the greatest Olympic stories that I've ever heard. Essentially, he's on his way to the Olympics, and he promises his wife, and I'm trying to look up what country he lived through. I think it was Germany.
That's what I'm thinking too.
Austrian-German weightlifter. Retired Austrian-German weightlifter and Olympic gold medalist. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So his story is so inspirational because he promises his wife in the 2008 Beijing Olympics that he's going to win the gold medals. But unfortunately and sadly, she passes away the summer prior.
Yeah.
And she's never gets the opportunity to see him compete at the Olympics. But he still showed up. He showed up. And guess what? He actually didn't perform his best in the snatch.
He didn't.
He missed a couple lifts, but he was able to get himself onto the bronze podium for the snatch. As far as the snatch goes, he secured the third place.
Right.
And he was still going against very strong competitors. It wasn't guaranteed that he was going to have the best total.
Right, that's true.
You know, having a bronze in the snatch or being in that position puts him in a good position. Like he's not last place in the snatch, so he could still catch up in the total for that gold medal in the Olympics, because that's what he promised his wife. He could have went for the silver, gone for a lower clean and jerk.
Right.
But he doesn't. He goes for the gold.
He made a huge jump.
He made a huge jump.
Gosh, it was huge.
I believe he made, it looks like 258 kilos and a total lift of 461 kilograms. So the clean and jerk was 258. Huge. I think he took the last attempt and he secured that gold medal spot.
Clean and jerk.
And I remember the picture in my head of like him holding the flowers, being on the podium, and then he's holding the picture of his wife.
Yeah.
You know, he fulfilled that commitment.
He sure did.
He did it. But what if he just was depressed and
didn't show up?
Didn't show up.
Right, exactly.
You know, there's just so many parallels I can draw to like not only weightlifting. I know this is the Levels of Lifting podcast, and we talk about weightlifting, but this in general, I really believe that there's so many things in weightlifting that you can learn and apply to just normal day-to-day life.
True. That is true.
What did I say before that? The person that can handle the most weight is supposed to be able to handle that because they can handle the most pressure.
Exactly. That's true. That's true.
Pressure that applies to them, they can handle it.
That's true.
Yeah. So I know I've been a little bit long-winded.
Yes, you have.
What do you think as far as any of that? Like Matthias Steiner showing up. Do you have any comments on anything?
Yeah, he showed up.
Yeah.
And I have a similar incident in my life that affected me too in a way.
So let's talk about whenever people talk or look at Dr. Alvin Matthews, I mean, a lot of times people think, oh, fine, got his life together.
Got it made, yeah.
He's probably just living a really good life. I don't know like what adversity. But I'm a believer that if you're a good individual, you probably went through a little bit of adversity.
Right, yeah.
Because that's how good people are molded.
That's true.
So do you have any experiences at all that could relate to any of the topics that we've just talked about?
I do.
Let's hear it.
I do. Okay, do you want the long version or the short version? I could talk for... how about the...
long version, come on.
Well, the in-between version. In-between version.
I got time for whatever you got.
Okay. It was back in 2007? Well, I had a roommate back then. So he was a Metro police officer.
Okay.
Metro. And he got injured. He had a back injury. Of course, he had surgery back there, and of course, doctors prescribed different medications and so forth. So, I knew he was taking pain medications. I didn't know to what extent he was taking these pain medications. So, he kept taking more and more of the pain medications. I guess doctors prescribe medications all the time.
Okay.
So he was taking opioids and all kind of stuff. Pills.
Real quick.
Yeah.
I just want a little bit of more background information. How old are you around this time?
Oh, I got to do some math here. Okay.
30s?
Oh, no.
20s?
I was in the 60s. It was 2007.
2007.
17 years ago. 17 or 56.
Oh, this is... Oh, okay. You were 56?
56. Oh, 56.
Okay, so this is your roommate. Okay, continue.
Yes. But, until then, I've had no major controversies, nothing in my life that would hold me back.
Okay.
I had a good life, I got to admit. It was a good life. So one day, I was a principal at that time. So I went to work, of course, in the morning and came back. And I noticed that I had 2 dogs then, too. They passed away, but 2 dogs.
No, sorry to hear that.
I've got 2 others now. So,
Okay.
So they're normally at the door when I came into the house. So they weren't there this day. I said, oh, something must be up. So I went to, his name was Jason, to his bedroom, and they were there in the bedroom with him. No, dogs are perceptive. They know when something's not right.
Okay.
So they were in the bedroom with him, and I saw him on the bed, and I kind of shook because he wasn't moving. I said, Jason, and he woke up. I said, I have some pizza and some wings. He liked pizza and wings.
Okay.
So I bought some for dinner. I said, there's some pizza and wings in the kitchen. So he got up, went to the kitchen, and saw the food. Then went back to his bedroom.
Okay.
So he went back there, but didn't come out. So I got concerned. I went back to the bedroom, and he wasn't moving at all. I shook him and shook him and shook him, and he wouldn't respond. So I got kind of nervous. I knew he was taking all kind of pills. I thought they were pain medication. I guess I was kind of naive about opioids and stuff like that.
Okay.
So I called my best friend. I said, he's in his bedroom. He's not moving. He's not being responsive. What should I do? He said, call 911 immediately. So I called 911, and the guy says, get him off the bed, put him on the floor, on the flat surface, and start mouth to mouth, which I did. So my friends were coming to the house to check up on me. So I started mouth to mouth, called 911. They came to the house and started, I guess, chest compressions, I guess they called it. Yeah. So I was listening. I didn't hear much of anything from the paramedics. So they loaded him up into the ambulance, drove to the hospital. My friends picked me up, and we drove behind them. But the funny part, there were no sirens on the ambulance.
Oh.
So I got a clue then something's not quite right there. They just went the normal speed to the hospital. So I got to the waiting room, and they told me that he had passed away. It was just devastating. So that affected me, of course, But I forgot this point, though. I think he passed away in my arms in his bedroom. Okay. I knew he was passed away by then, So at the hospital, they said, would you like to see him? I said, sure. I went to see him in the room, kissed him goodbye, and that was that. I broke down. I was a basket case.
Yeah.
Basket case. So my friends took me back to my house, and that just proved to me there's nothing like having a person pass away in your arms. And to me, that made me a stronger person. Nothing really affects me now. If you can go through that, seeing a good friend of yours pass away in your arms, nothing else is going to bother you. So I equate that to weightlifting and the half marathons I run, because I think of him daily. Of course I do.
Okay.
Daily. So that just shows you, whatever you're going through now, nothing compares to that, to me. Because most folks haven't been around that kind of circumstance.
Correct.
I don't know. But for me, that was a traumatic experience. And it taught me to live every day, of course.
Absolutely.
And don't let things bother you. So that's the gist of it. So it was just horrible. Horrible. That's all I can say. So yeah, that's what, so I've had some adversity in my life. People may not realize that, but now they know if they listen to this. I've had quite an experience.
Yeah.
With adversity. Yeah.
Yeah, you've told me this story before.
Right.
I know you're not. I don't try to pull any information out of people. I know. So you feel comfortable enough to come onto here and say that story. I really appreciate that.
It's taken me 17 years to say this publicly. Yeah. The first time ever. I normally break down. I tell. But anyway, yeah. So 17 years. I see him every day. So yeah, that's my story. With adversity.
What do you mean you see him every day?
I visualize him.
Oh, you visualize him. Okay.
Right, that's what
I thought you meant you go to, wherever he's... Okay,
But the odd part, though, after he passed away, I was home one night. Like 3 days later, you might think it's corny.
Go ahead.
But I was in the bed, and I heard him say, Alvin. That was a sign that he was on his way to heaven. I believe that. He was on his way up to heaven. I'm sorry.
The way you said Alvin made me want to.
I know.
All right.
I'm glad he did that.
How long ago was that happened?
That was like 3 days after he passed away. Yeah.
Oh, 3 days after he passed away.
So I'm glad he did that. I know he's safe up. I believe in God and stuff. So yeah.
Yeah.
So I believe he's up there. He was on his way up.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, that's so unfortunate. There's so many things that we can talk about there.
I do one quick though.
Go ahead.
I have to say the opioid. It's real.
Yeah.
It's real. Overdoses. It's real. I was I didn't recognize anything with him. I couldn't, because I felt guilty at first. Because I would try to help him.
Oh, you held a lot of guilt.
I didn't know he was
Because you felt like you could have maybe
there's something
done some type of intervention.
Exactly.
So
no idea.
You said he got shot?
No,
he like you said
injury.
Back injury. Okay. I don't know why I thought that you.
Oh no.
So he had a back injury
from Metro.
I got it.
It was a duty related.
Okay.
Duty related, yeah.
And then he was prescribed opioids to deal with his pain and injury.
Yes. I guess he got hooked on them and kept going to the doctors.
Yeah.
And they kept prescribing. So I don't know. I knew something was up one day. He was heavy into the pills and stuff. So one day he couldn't go to the restroom.
Okay.
I had to help him from the bedroom to the bathroom. So I should have known then that something was not quite right. I didn't get the connection. I thought he was just tired or his back was hurting really bad but it was all those pills and stuff he was taking.
Yeah.
Yeah, so but that epidemic, opioid, it's real, people.
Absolutely.
It's real. But you have to recognize the signs somehow. I didn't know anything about it.
Do you look back at that and think about like what were the signs that you could have like maybe... Well, after when I came back from the hospital, I looked around in his bedroom, loads of pills. I had no idea. Yeah, so he was taking a lot of stuff. Yeah, some people are just very good at hiding whatever.
They are. That's so true.
I mean, especially if it's law enforcement. I mean,
yes,
just in general, they're more.
That's right,
yeah, I used to be in law enforcement, so they're just more secretive as a type of person.
That's right. Exactly.
Less likely to let people in, as far as. But I mean,
that's true.
Wow,
that's true. So yeah.
So, do you have any more to add on to that?
No, that's what. No, I'm glad I got a chance to say it publicly. I want to thank you for that, Lawrence.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, how much time did it take until you were able to return back to your day-to-day activities? Was it instantly? Some people just don't have the opportunity to grieve like that, and they just have to go right to work the next day.
No, I took just a few days off.
Okay.
I had to get myself under control. I couldn't. Yeah. Other than school administration,
Absolutely.
I couldn't. Yeah. So just a few days.
Yeah.
I did go back eventually. Well, I had. I did.
I mean.
Yeah, had to get back. But yeah.
But some people let experiences like that devastate them, and then
that is so true.
That's so true. It permanently affects them.
It does.
But
it does.
It seems like you were able to go through this unfortunate, terrible experience,
right,
and still be able to, live your great life. I mean, you've done a lot of great things.
I have to admit.
Yeah, and if you guys, like I said, if you guys haven't seen the other podcast on Dr. Matthew's life, then please refer back to that.
Yeah.
Because it's just too much to go through.
It's too much.
So, what after that did you? So you were going back as a school administrator right after, and shoot. My whole thing is showing up right after those experiences.
Right.
So, like, what else could you draw from that helped you in life that was able to make you into a better person?
Okay.
Real quick.
Okay.
You said that you were not as bothered as other people. Yeah, exactly. Just in general, right?
In general.
I mean, like, some people will lose their mind off of someone just tailgating them or cutting them off, and then
that's true.
Whereas you might not be as affected by that.
That's true.
I mean, all the little BS in life.
Right. That's true.
So
that's true. Well, when I went back to work, I became, I think, a better person. But in 2010, I was nominated as the Nevada State Assistant Principal of the Year in 2010. So I think that experience helped me to do my job even better, which vaulted me up to get that award.
Wow.
Yeah. Went to Washington, D.C.
Wow.
Took my niece with me. It was great. Yeah, great time, yeah. So good things can come from adversity.
Yeah, I mean, circling back to Matthias Steiner.
Right. You're with them too. That's a good point.
I mean, you achieved some success after that unfortunate experience.
Right.
I always seem to believe that, like, the people that have it easiest in life are just, like, the most boring people that like they're just average, have really nothing to like offer.
agree.
You know, something like I mean, I can't experience this, but I can understand that like if you come from like a wealthy family
Yes,
and your
yes.
money is just
Right,
given to
yeah,
you,
given
then
to
it's just
you,
like
yeah.
I mean, that could be like the worst thing for a person because I mean, they're not striving for greatness in anything
That's
because
true.
everything's just given.
Given to them. That's true.
Whereas people,
That's
unfortunately, like the best people that go through these adversities, they just have great character.
I have to agree.
You know, and it's unfortunate because, I mean, I think I heard Joe Rogan talking about it because like he was talking about I don't have any kids, but raising his kids. You know, that dude has money. It's not like he wants his kids to have, you know, a terrible life so that they can be better
That's
people.
true. No,
they don't want their kids to have,
right.
but
That's
like
true.
at the same time, they don't want to give too much.
That's true.
So like, what is the balance between raising someone or how much adversity is enough?
That's true. That's so
know?
true. And I hate to put you on the spot, Lawrence, but do you have anything you want to share about adversity?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
Not yet.
Okay. Just ask.
I do have my own adversity.
Okay.
but I
Okay. But not right now.
No.
Okay.
I'm not as open about my adversity yet.
Okay. No, that's fair enough. That's fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. So, yeah, that's my story.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I appreciate that a lot.
Yeah.
That experience, I mean, that's not something that a lot of people can say.
Oh,
That
no,
sounds like
no.
That sounds like a movie, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
So, I appreciate it. I mean, do you have any other topics you want to hit? I know you wrote some things down.
No, I think that about covers it all. All my points are covered.
Let's bring it back to weightlifting.
Yeah, good,
Just
good,
real
good,
quick.
good.
I mean,
Yeah.
I think we could probably cut it off in a second, but
Yeah.
but you going through these experiences, showing up to the gym is not that difficult.
It's not.
Coming here and lifting a barbell over your head is not that big of a deal. I always say it, man. All we do is just put a barbell over your head.
Like
that's why I don't like really admire all the high level. I mean, it's cool that there are people at high level.
Right, true.
But I mean, at the end of the day, they're just people that's doing the same thing.
Same thing
literally,
just
with more weight.
That's more weight. That's true.
So, yeah.
That's true.
Guys, if you've gone through some experiences, it's unfortunate, but don't bow down.
Oh no.
Keep showing up, because that adversity could be a great story for you.
Yeah.
You have anything else?
No, that sums it up.
All right.
Sums it up.
Lawrence, signing out.